Judas in the Bible. They say Judas was rich after he got paid. But then, the story doesn't end there. Why? Because Judas was a traitor. So yes, he made a lot of money, but Judas was a traitor. And Judas was so unhappy with himself that he took all the money that they paid him to betray Jesus Christ. He took it back to the people. They chased him away. They're like, no, we've already given you the money. We've gotten what you want. So Judas took all his money and went to throw the money away, thinking that was going to solve his problem. But he was so unhappy. But he was unhappy with himself. That's the greatest source of unhappiness. I just gave you that story so that, you can't compromise, you can't sell out in the quest of becoming that type of person that you want to be. To do this, well, a little bit of a brief about, what we're going to kind of like do today. It's going to be more of a goal setting type of session, if I'll put it that way. And it's nothing crazy. It's nothing, it's just more of just taking you through the journey that I'm sure that you already know. And it's, more of just helping you to look through some of the things that I'm sure have also been on your own mind too. So my hope, or what I expect, is that hopefully you will be able to take some notes. I don't know if you have a pen and a paper or something, because it's going to be more of just me asking you some questions and getting you to think through a sort of 10-year goal type of plan, that type of thing, So, relax on it. It's, again, it's not something, I don't think it's something you've not thought about before, but it's more like, sometimes we just need to be reminded about some of these things, really. So that's kind of like how it is. So my first question would be, have you, ever done anything like a goal setting type of thing before? Have you done any exercise on goal setting and stuff like that before? Okay, great. So, like I said earlier, we're going to be developing a good plan for the next 10 years. We're going to try to compress it into 1 hour because, it's important for us to understand our dreams, right? Our dreams, if they are strong enough, they pull us through, they help us to focus. So I'm going to be asking you a series of questions. Like I said, hopefully you have a pen and a paper. Yeah. Then I'll ask the questions and I'll give you some time to also work on the responses. The responses are for you. Everything we're going to be talking about is for you. Only if you have maybe questions, you can, stop me and all that. So let's get into it. So my first exercise and the first question that I have for you is, what 5 things have you already accomplished that you're proud of? I want you to just write it down. I don't want you to tell me. What's the 5 things, like for instance, for me, when I was in junior high school, I graduated one of the best students. I think I saw that as an accomplishment. Even when I was in primary school, so just think of any 5 things, because it's always good for us to start with some gratitude, So I want you to, take notes or write down 5 things that you think you've accomplished that you're proud of. So take some time to think about it. No rush. Pour out your mind. Family stuff, your work, relationship, anything, nothing, just as it comes to your mind, pour it out. Yeah, 5 things for me I've experienced. Like I said, high school, growing up, I've had very good relationships with people. I see that as an accomplishment too. If there's something that maybe you've always wanted and you were able to get it, you wanted to buy something so badly, then you got it. Just make a list of those 5 things. Yeah. Okay. So, our second exercise now is I want you to think about the things that you want for yourself in the next 10 years. This one is, we're going to spend about 10, 15, 20 minutes on this. I want you to think about the things that you want for yourself in the next 10 years, not what you think you can get, like the things that you really want, not what, I think I can get it. No, what you want. Forget about how you're going to get it or how you're not going to get it, but what you really, really want. At least I believe I want you to have at least 50 things, that you want to accomplish. Take your time. Take your time. This is not a rush. Take your time. Take your time. Yes, at least I want you to have at least 50. Take your time. Like I said, this particular exercise will take us maybe 15, 20 minutes. Take your time. Pour it out. The things that you want. Small things, big things. I want you to write them one on top of the other. Don't write it side by side. Like list the first one, the second one after it, like that. The things you want, as fast as you can, write it out. Let your dreams run free here. Like I said, not what you think you can get, what you want, the places you want to visit, what experiences you like to have in the next 10 years. You want to start a family, or maybe you want to participate in Olympics, you want to win gold medal, you want to learn a new skill, you want to make a certain amount of money, the things you like to learn, the things you like to know, things you want from your family, your business, Like me, one of the things I learned along the way is, I was able to learn sales, and I learned how to find good people. It's one of my strong points, So, all these types of things. I don't know if you like to write a book. Again, I'm just giving you ideas here, just throwing things out. If there are some projects that you like to complete, or maybe you have some habits that you like to drop, or maybe you have some, just let your thoughts run free here. Everything, just put it out there. Yeah, because 10 years is a good chunk of time. Yeah, it's a good chunk of time, and it's good to be able to think into the future like that. If there are projects or maybe courses you like to support, anything really. There's a famous man, Andrew Carnegie. I don't know. He used to be the wealthiest man for a very, very long time in the world. One of his dreams when he passed away, they found in his drawer. And one of the things what he wrote in his drawer was that he was going to use the first half of his life to make money, and then the second half of his life he was going to use it to give all the money away. And that's what he did. He made about $400 million in the first half of his life, and the second half before he passed away, he gave everything all away. Yeah, so, and it's just power of dreams, power of goals, really, power of, setting it and knowing what you want. So I want you to turn those lights on now, Think of those accomplishments that you want. I know we are grown-ups now, but kids like this type of thing. I can imagine telling a kid, write everything you want. They'll be so excited. Yeah. Investments you like to have, properties you like to have. Like me, when I set goals, one of the first things I used to say then was I want to have a house in different countries. I'm still working on that. I've achieved quite a number of that, but these were one of my goals then. Like I said, what you want, not what you think you can get, what you want. Yeah. One of my goals too was that I wanted to be financially independent. Because I know, it's a glorious feeling, Yeah. I think, let it run. It can be more than 50, but for me, I just say, at least have 50 things, but it can be, just let it run through. Let it run through. Your productivity goals. Things you want to do for your family. Things you want to do for your kids. Maybe you'd have had kids then, who knows? But if you have things that you feel like, you want for your own immediate family. Your health goals. Don't forget about your health also. You wanna work out more. How healthy do you want to be? Because you need good health to thrive. So it's very important. We sometimes forget those things. Yeah. How's it going? Do you have almost 50 yet or close to 50? Yeah, let's take your time. Take your time. Session is for you. I know one of my own goals was to start a business. I used to have, I still have my goal, my goals that I set almost 6-7 years ago. I still have them today. Yeah. And there was a session I had, and one of my close friends, he was telling me one of his goals was that I don't know how people think, but everybody has different. The guy said he wants a girlfriend that is an albino. That's why people just I said why? He said he likes to have albino kids. I said okay, well it's your goal. I said well it's his goal, so anything, whatever you want, hobbies you'd like to start, cars you'd like to have, Yeah, take your time. Take your time. And of course, you know, yeah, you know, you want to, yeah, I love the idea of setting goals a lot, writing them down. You know, a lot of people like to use their brain and their head for a filing cabinet, but I always say that no matter how brilliant you are, you can never be smarter than something you wrote down. Your brain can never remember things as well as something that you wrote down, no matter how smart. So for me, I always like to write things down. You know, yes, write it. That one, you know, these are important ones. Yeah, I'm sure these are just, you know, and of course, this is just to get you started, you know. I'm sure you can, the truth is you cannot write all the goals down now. I'm sure as time goes on, you know, yeah, you know, and I know that you will still add to your list as time goes on. You know, this is not a definite thing, you know, today, tomorrow, whenever. I'm sure, like I said, you have more things to add. And you can write some things in code too, you know. Some people fear writing things down because they don't want somebody to get a hold of their list and say, oh, this is what this person wrote. So you can write anything in code. Is your list, is your personal stuff. So, you know, so let's get into the next exercise. You know, at least you have more than 50 stuff there. So I want you to look at the entire list that you have. And I want you to ask yourself one question. And I want you to write the answer down. You know, what kind of person must I become to achieve all that I want? That's the question. You know, I have all these goals that I've written down. The question is, what type of person must I become to achieve all these things that I want? You know, just think of the type of person that you need to be. And this is time for a little bit of truth here. You know, you have to be sincere with yourself. You know, think about it. You know, because now, you know, when you think about the type of person you want to become, you have two things working here. Because what you become will help you achieve. And what you achieve also will help you to become. And the more you become, the more you can achieve. And the more you can achieve, the more you become. So I don't even know which one helps, which one helps the other the most, but you know, what is your concept of the person you must become to achieve all that you want? What is your own concept of that person? You know, maybe you need to become wiser. Maybe you feel like you need some coaching. Maybe you feel like you need some, maybe, you know, spiritual, physical coaching. You know, maybe you feel like you need to become a healthier person in order to achieve all these things. You know, another way to put the question is, you know, what kind of person must I be to attract all that I want? You know? Because the truth is, you know, when an opportunity comes, you know, you need to be ready. You need to be attractive enough for the opportunity to call you in. You know, imagine if you stood in front of a door of opportunity, and you know, you knock on the door and opportunity opens the door for you. Are you the type of person that opportunity will say, come in, come and sit down, let's talk? You know, that's kind of like what I'm thinking about. Okay. And of course, you know, it's something that you can still, you know, complete later on. It's not, again, we don't have, because of time constraints and all that, you know, but they're just things that I want you to, like, you know, give some thoughts about. And my purpose really is to give you like a working model, a model you can work from, personally, because it's more like just, things that, you can develop yourself from. I always say that income, your income does not really exceed personal development. That's really the truth about life. Some people, your income can make a lucky jump. Some people make a lot of money from doing so many things, but eventually they lose the money, But when you're developed personally, even if you make a lot of money and you lose all the money, because you've already become that attractive person, you can always achieve all you want to achieve. So since you put that down, so the key here is to, like I said, put everything on your list. Number one, take it out of your head and put it on paper, because ideas can turn into so many things. Ideas can turn into a hotel. Ideas turns into an enterprise. Idea can turn into a media business. And the truth is, you don't even have to accomplish everything on your list. If you have 100 things on your list and you accomplish 80, 80% is like an A, is a pass mark. So the goal is for you to achieve as much as you can achieve from, the entire list that you have. And like I said, your list can change at any time also, because it's dynamic. You're going to keep having things that you add to that list over and over and over again. Some things may not be as important to you next year like they are this year. Like I know when I made my first list of goals, the next year I looked at my list and I'm like, I can't believe this was what I was thinking about last year and I set as my goal. So I swiped it out. I'm like, nah, so this is going to be a kind of like reoccurring thing, but like I said, the whole idea is to give you sort of working model to pour it out. And like I said, there are things that you already know, really. It's just to help you to activate that thinking also. So just still give it a thought. Let me give you some time to still, give it a little bit of thoughts. Let me still give you some time to give it a little bit of thought here and there on that type of person you want to be. And I always say that, in the quest of us wanting to become somebody that we want to be, we also need to beware of the type of person that we want to become. Because, for me, there were some things that I did that when I think about it now, I'm like, I wish I didn't make those decisions. I wish, I paid too much price for some things, So you also have to think about, the price that you pay, for some of these things, People do a lot of shady things and all that, then, they don't think of the price that they will pay for it. So you have to also look at that from that, I like to make use of two words, behold and beware. Behold is a good word, beware, but as much as you behold, you also have to beware. Don't be too obsessed with something and don't compromise. Don't compromise. You don't compromise your values. You don't compromise your principles in the quest of becoming that special person that you want to be. I don't know if you know the story of Judas in the Bible. They say Judas was rich after he got paid. But then, the story doesn't end there. Why? Because Judas was a trader. So yes, he made a lot of money, but Judas was a trader. And Judas was so unhappy with himself that he took all the money that they paid him to betray Jesus Christ. He took it back to the people. They chased him away. They're like, no, we've already given you the money. We've gotten what you want. So Judas took all his money and went to throw the money away, thinking that was going to solve his problem. But he was so unhappy. but he was unhappy with himself. That's the greatest source of unhappiness. I just gave you that story so that, you can't compromise, you can't sell out in the quest of becoming that type of person that you want to be. Yeah. It's like I said, it's me more of just, saying all these things because I believe that the greatest contribution that you can make to yourself, to your family, to your generation is your personal development. That is the greatest contribution you can give, And some of these goals also, I want you to also put in mind that some of them, when you achieve them, no matter how small, important to also still celebrate those little wins, If you have a goal that you achieved with somebody else, it's always good to also come together and celebrate those goals with those people too. So, I want you to have it at the back of your mind also that those little celebrations too are also ways of breathing some level of gratitude also, right? So celebrate with people. And then, and like I said, this is ongoing. You can put a star on your list, and you can continue it later on. So let's move to another exercise quickly, since we already have an idea of those things. So I wanted to take a look at your entire list again. And now, what I want you to do is to put number 1, 3, 5, 10 in front of them. So what that means is, I want you to look at your list and decide how long you think it will take you to accomplish those goals. So if the ones that's the 50-something goals that you listed, look at them and be like, oh, this one is going to take me 1 year to accomplish. This one is going to take me 3 years. This one. So look through them. The ones that are 1 year, just put 1 on the side. You can circle it. The one that you feel it will take you 3 years, put 3 on the side. The one you think it will take you 5 years, put 5 on the side. The ones that you think will take you 10 years, put 10 on the side. Yeah, take some time to do that. If you think it will take you less than 1 year, just still put 1. If you think it will take you more than 10 years, just still put 10. Yeah, let's take some time for you to look through that. Again, don't forget, these are things that you want, not things you can get, things that you want. Yeah. Me, there were some goals that I put 3 years. I found out that I was able to accomplish them faster. There's some that I thought I would accomplish in 1 year. I'm like, ugh. But, again, you are the best judge. You are the one who's going to take charge. And I'm so excited about ideas of setting goals that even before this call, me too, I was excited about hearing myself. I was looking forward to hearing myself. That's how excited I get about setting goals, making plans. Very, 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 very key. Very key. The major reason why people don't achieve their goals is because they don't plan. I don't know, people don't think about it, but because people don't plan, that's why they don't achieve their goals. And this is a good time, we're in November now. It's a good time to start setting goals. It's almost a new year. Yeah. And I know that this little exercise that we're having, I know you're going to see some impact from it. Just let your mind run through, let your thoughts run through, put your feelings into it, put your emotions into it, Yeah. 10 years is a good chunk of time. Yeah. Again, the purpose of the exercise is to get you to think, get you to ponder. Yeah. Think. Yeah. Very important. That's the idea. It's the thinking, We don't think enough. There's a book, maybe you've read about it, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. There's a reason why that book is called Think and Grow Rich. They didn't say Work and Grow Rich. They said Think and Grow Rich. There's a reason why King Solomon didn't ask God for money. He asked God for wisdom, knowledge, understanding. These are all products of thinking. Yeah. The greatest job is the thinking job. People, for those that know that, and I want you to know that today, that's the biggest job, the thinking job. They say the strong rule the weak, but the wise rule the strong. So you have, you have the 1 year ones there already, the ones you feel like 3 years and all that stuff, right? Okay, that makes sense. So now I want you to, I want you to count how many ones you have, count how many threes you have, how many fives you have, how many tens you have. I want you to count out of that your entire list. Count how many ones do you have. Just make a list of how many ones. Yeah. Check how many ones. If for instance you have too many ones, it means you're thinking short term a lot. If you have too many tens, you're thinking long term a lot. So just, again, it doesn't mean you should change your numbers, but you've made a list of all the, the numbers and all that.